Godzilla vs. Kong is an upcoming Adam Wingard-directed American monster film. A sequel to Godzilla, Monster King and Kong, Skull Island, this is the fourth film in MonsterVerse by Legendary. The film is also the Godzilla franchise's 36th film, the King Kong franchise's 12th film, and the fourth Godzilla film to be entirely made by a Hollywood studio. The film stars Alexander Skarsgård, Millie Bobby Brown, Rebecca Hall, Brian Tyree Henry, Sean O'Grady, Isa Gonzalez, Julian Dennison, Kyle Chandler, and Demian Bichir. In October 2015, when Legendary revealed plans for a shared cinematic universe between Godzilla and King Kong, the project was announced. In March 2017, the film's writers' room was assembled, and Wingard was confirmed in May 2017 as the director. Principal photography began in Hawaii, Australia and Hong Kong in November 2018 and wrapped in April 2019. Godzilla vs. Kong is expected to be released globally on March 26, 2021, and in the United States on March 31, where it will be released simultaneously in theaters and on HBO Max, after being postponed from a November 2020 release date due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Cast: Alexander Skarsgård as Nathan Lind, a geologist who works closely with Kong. Skarsgård described his character as a reluctant hero who is not an alpha, badass and thrown into this very dangerous situation and is definitely not equipped for it. Millie Bobby Brown as Madison Russell, Mark and the late Emma's daughter. As Godzilla and Kong battle, Madison goes on a journey to decide which of them she will ultimately side with. Rebecca Hall as Eileen Andrews. Hall described her participation as overwhelming due to the film being her first project after her pregnancy, but found the experience thrilling. Brian Tyree Henry as Bernie Hayes. Sean O'Grady as Ren Sarazawa. Isa Gonzalez as Maya Simmons. Gonzalez described her role as a very smart woman behind the company. She also described the film as slightly comedic. Julian Dennison as Josh Valentine. Kyle Chandler as Dr. Mark Russell. Demian Bichir as Walter Simmons. Additionally, Zhang Ziyi reprises her role from Godzilla, King of the Monsters, with Van Martin cast as her assistant. Kaylee Hoddle appears as Gia, a young orphaned girl with whom Kong has formed a unique and powerful bond. Lance Reddick and Jessica Hennick have been cast in undisclosed roles, while Hakeem Kikazim appears as Admiral Wilcox and Benjamin Rigby appears as sonar operator. Development: Legendary moved Kong, Skull Island from Universal to Warner Bros. In September 2015, which prompted media reports that Godzilla and King Kong will appear together in a film. Legendary announced in October 2015 that in Godzilla vs. Kong, at the time scheduled for a May 29, 2020 release, they will combine Godzilla and King Kong. Legendary plans to create a shared cinematic franchise centered around Monarch that brings together Godzilla and Legendary's King Kong in an ecosystem of other giant super species, both classic and new. Producer Alex Garcia confirmed that the film will not be a remake of King Kong vs. Godzilla, stating, "The idea is not to remake that movie." In May 2017, Adam Wingard was announced as the director for Godzilla vs. Kong. Writing: In March 2017, Legendary assembled a writer's room to develop the story for Godzilla vs. Kong, with Terry Rossio, who co-wrote an early unproduced script for TriStar's Godzilla, leading a team consisting of Patrick McKay, J.D. Payne, Lindsay Beer, Kat Vosko, T.S. Nowlin, Jack Pagulin, and J. Michael Straczynski. Rewrites were given by Michael Dougherty and Zach Shields, the director and co-writers of Godzilla, King of the Monsters, to ensure that certain King of the Monsters themes were carried over and that certain characters were properly created. Dougherty revealed how he wrote for the title characters, and how their various experiences with individuals would be discussed in the film. For Kong, because they have been a staple of the character since the 1933 film, Dougherty said the film would feature those very unique, and even warm, bonding moments between Kong and humans. For Godzilla, as his softer side is seldom seen, his relation to humans will be more implied. Eric Pearson and Max Borenstein received a credit for screenplay by, while a credit for story by was given to Rossio, Doherty, and Shields. Production: Adam Wingard, Director; Jay Ashenfelter, Executive Producer; Herbert W. Gaines, Executive Producer; Dan Lin, Executive Producer; Roy Lee, Executive Producer; Yoshimichi Bana, Executive Producer, Posthumous; Kenji Akira, Executive Producer; Jen Conroy, Co-Producer; Tamara Kent, Co-Producer; Owen Patterson, Production Designer; Tom Hammock, Production Designer; Ann Foley, Costume Designer; John D.J. Jordan, Visual Effects Supervisor. Casting. In June 2017, it was revealed that Ziyi Zhang had joined Legendary's MonsterVerse, allegedly playing a pivotal role in both Godzilla, King of the Monsters and Godzilla vs. Kong. In June 2018, Julian Dennison was cast alongside Van Martin, while Godzilla, King of the Monsters will reprise their roles with Millie Bobby Brown and Kyle Chandler. Legendary also sent an offer for a job to Francis McDormand. It was disclosed in July 2018 that Donai Guerrero was in early talks to take part in the film. Brian Tyree Henry, Demian Bichir, Alexander Skarsgård, Isa Gonzalez, and Rebecca Hall were added to the cast in October 2018. Jessica Hennick, Shun Oguri, and Lance Reddick were cast in November 2018, with Oguri making his Hollywood debut. Guerrero was briefly listed among the cast by Collider and Screen Geek, but not confirmed by the studio. Filming. Principal photography began in Hawaii and Australia on November 12, 2018 and was scheduled to end under the working title Apex in February 2019. Production was originally scheduled to start on October 1, 2018. The crew filmed on the USS Missouri, at Manoa Falls, and in downtown Honolulu for the Hawaii shoot. The crew set up a camp on Kalinainole Highway, which was closed until the 21st of November. For the film, local crews and extras were used. In January 2019, the shooting resumed for an additional 26 weeks at Village Roadshow Studios in Gold Coast, Queensland. Miami State High School and parts of Brisbane were the filming sites in Australia, such as the Newstead suburb, the Fortitude Valley Chinatown Mall, and the Wickham Terrace car park. Wingard reported via Instagram in April 2019 that filming had wrapped up in Australia. Wingard announced Hong Kong as one of the final shooting locations that same month and had wrapped up the main photograph. Music. Tom Holkenborg was announced as the composer of the film in June 2020. In 2018, Wingard met with Holkenborg, to whom he confessed to writing recreational music for Godzilla years earlier because Holkenborg was a fan. Afterwards, Holkenborg started to connect with the director, changed the material and played it for the director, saying that Wingard was totally in love. A bass drum about 10 feet in diameter was demanded by Holkenborg, but the builder was only able to scale it down to 8 feet.